Hi, my name is Leanne, and today I went to Yallfest 2018 in Charleston, South Carolina. And I live pretty close to the town, so I got to go. This is my 7th year, and so this year I tried to do something a little different, and I ended up picking up all the ARCS advanced reader copy books that I could. And I think I got a pretty good haul, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I got. Alright, this one is called Rain and Delilah's Midnight Matinee, and it's by Jeff Zintner, and I'm starting with the gay books because they're my favorite. Every Friday night, high school seniors and best friends Josie and Delia slip into their on-screen personas Rain Ravenscroft and Delia Darkwood and host Midnight Matinee, a campy creature feature that screens low-budget horror and sci-fi flicks from the past on their local cable access channel. So that sounds pretty good. It seems like it's a gay romance, and I am all for that. I know that people watching are too. Alright, I also got this book called We Contain Multitudes by Sarah Hinstra. It's Jonathan Hopkirk, a Walt Whitman fan, and Adam Kurlansky, a football player, are partnered in English class, writing letters to each other in a weekly pen pal assignment. With each letter, the two begin to develop a friendship that eventually grows into love. But with homophobia, bullying, and familial strife, Jonathan and Curl must struggle to hold on to their relationship and each other. So this sounds fantastic, and I love that cover. Oh my gosh, I love that cover. This book is actually by an author I've read a few books of his before, Bill Konigsberg. The Music of What Happens. Max chill sports his buddies comfortably gay. His secret, an encounter with an older kid that makes it hard to breathe, one he doesn't want to think about ever again. Jordan, opposite of chill, makeovers, his wives, never been kissed. His secret, a spiraling out of control mother and the knowledge that it's up to him to keep his family from losing their home. Throw in a rickety 1980s era food truck called Coke Alvini, add in prickly pears, cloud eggs, and a murky idea of what's considered locally sourced and organic. So that sounds kooky and weird, and I am ready for it. My voice is a little weird because I'm just getting over a cold, but alright, so this is a middle grade book called Potion Masters by Frank L. Cole. 12-year-old Grody Sutzer is one of the few people who knows the truth about the secret society of Potion Masters, because not only is Grody's mom on the board of ruling Elixir's Worldwide Brew, but she has also been training Grody in the art of potion making. His name is Gordy. So I'm going to read about Gordy, and I will definitely let you know that his name is Gordy and not Grody. Alright, here's another middle grade. This is actually a sequel to a book that I already own called Wizard for Hire by Obert Sky. This is The Apprentice Needed. I'm not going to read you the back because this is a sequel, so I don't want to spoil anything, but the first book is pretty awesome. Alright, this book is called Mustaches for Maddie. It's by Chad Morris and Shelley Brown, and this is about a girl who likes to make her friends laugh by putting on fake mustaches all the time. And she just got cast as lead in the school play, and then she gets diagnosed with a brain tumor. And this book is about how she copes with that. And mustaches are very important. So it's super cute. This is A Monster Like Me by Wendy S. Swore. Being the new kid at school is hard, but Sophie has a secret weapon, her vivid imagination and her oversized, trusted big book of monsters, an encyclopedia of myths and legends from all over the world. So that sounds kind of like Harry Potter, but I love it. Alright, that is it for middle grade. So now I have this book called Last of Her Name by Jessica Corey. 16 years ago, rebellion swept the galaxy known as the Belt of Jewels. Every member of the Leonau royal family was murdered down to their youngest child, Princess Anya, making way for the Union government to seize power. Not everyone believes the Union is better, though, and rumors abound of dissenters and undesirables disappearing forever. Now, this is the only sci-fi that I got today, which is unfortunate because sci-fi is pretty awesome. But this seems almost like the Lunar Chronicles, so I will have to read it and let you know how that differs, because I don't want to read another, like a copy of the Lunar Chronicles. Who wants that? All right, this book is called Come Find Me. It's by Megan Miranda. My husband got this for me today because he is the best. After surviving an infamous family tragedy, 16-year-old Kennedy Jones has made it her mission to keep her brother's secret through the cosmos alive. But then something disturbs the frequency on his radio telescope, a pattern registering where no signal should transmit. In a neighboring county, 17-year-old Nolan Chandler is determined to find out what really happened to his brother, who disappeared the day after Nolan had an eerie premonition predicting it. There hasn't been a single lead for 2 years until Nolan picks up an odd signal, a pattern coming from his brother's bedroom. So this might be sci-fi, I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely a mystery, and it sounds really interesting. All right, here is If You're Out There by Katie Lutzi Nizer. Ghosting, going, gone. After Zan's best friend moves to California, she's baffled and crushed when Priya suddenly ghosts. Worse, Priya's social media has turned into a stream of ungrammatical posts chronicling a sunny, vapid new life that doesn't sound like her at all. Everyone tells Zan not to be an idiot, let Priya do her reinvention thing and move on. But until Zan hears Priya say it, she won't be able to admit that the friendship is finished. So this sounds pretty freaky. I am curious to see what happened to Priya. Alright, this is a romance called The Opposite of Always. This is by Justin Reynolds. This is a book I was very, very much anticipating and so pleased that I got. When Jack falls in love with Kate, he never expects that she'll die only months later, or that he'll be sent back over and over again to the moment they first met. Each trip back in time offers Jack a different chance to save Kate, but his actions have unexpected, life-altering consequences for his friends, family, and himself. Goodness. Now Jack will have to decide what he's willing to do and how far he's willing to go to save the people he cares about most. Justin Reynolds is a fantastic author, and I cannot wait to start this one. Alright, this is a cute-looking book called Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith. It's the perfect idea for a romantic week together, traveling across America by train. But then Hugo's girlfriend dumps him. Her parting gift, the tickets for their long-planned last hurrah before uni trip. Only it's been booked under her name, non-transferable, no exceptions. So, this looks like a cute, quick little romance book. So that'll be nice. This is a book that I actually had pre-ordered, and I knew that the author was coming, and I was so stoked. And when I met him, his book is called Waiting for Fitz, and his name is Spencer Hyde. He was there, and he signed it for me. Leanne, you matter. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. Addie loves nothing more than curling up on the couch with her dog, Duck, and watching the Great British Baking Show with her mom. It's one of the few things that can relax her when her OCD kicks into overdrive. She counts everything, all the time. She can't stop. Rituals and rhythms, it's exhausting. When Fitz was diagnosed with schizophrenia, he named the voices in his head after famous country songs. He loves puns, foreign films, and t-shirts with witty sayings. The adolescent psychiatric ward at Seattle Regional Hospital isn't exactly the ideal place to meet your soulmate, but when Addie meets Fitz, they immediately connect over their shared love of words, appreciate each other's quick wit, and wish they could both make more sense of their lives. So I am very pleased that I was lucky enough to get this one. Alright, this is a book called Wilder Girls. It's by Rory Power, and the cover is not ready yet. That is how far out it is. It's actually doesn't even say when it should be coming out. But my husband got this signed for me, and it sounds fantastic. It's the quick take is that Wilder Girls is the story of a mysterious illness at an island boarding school for girls. The story is teeming with mystery and intrigue and action. Dig deep, though, and this novel is a brilliant feminist twist on Lord of the Flies. So, I love feminist twists on things. Speaking of twists on things, I'm good. Izzy and Tristan by Shannon Dunlap. I love the movie Isabel, Tristan and Isolde. I love the movie. It touched me I cried and I cried. And this book, I'm looking forward to it because of that. And it's Izzy, a practical-minded teen who intends to become a doctor, isn't happy about her recent move to the Lower East Side across the river to Brooklyn. She feels distanced from her family, especially her increasingly incomprehensible twin brother, and lonely at her new school. Tristan, a chess prodigy, well-versed in flying under the radar, looks up to his cousin Marcus, who took him under his wing when he first landed in Brooklyn a few years ago. But he still hasn't quite found his place in Marcus's world. So this is a romance, obviously, and I can't wait to read it. Alright, this is another book with a cover that's not finished yet, I don't think, called Song of the Abyss by Makia Lucier. As the granddaughter of a famed navigator, 17-year-old Raina has always lived life on her own terms, despite those who say a girl could never be an explorer for the royal house of St. John del Mar. She's determined to prove them wrong. Returning home after a year-long expedition, she knows her dream is within reach. No longer an apprentice, instead, Raina, master explorer. So that sounds like a kick-ass feminine, and I love it. How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow. Glasgow? I'm not sure. Here is what happens when your mother dies. It's the brightest day of summer, and it's dark outside. It's dark in your house, dark in your room, and dark in your heart. You feel like the darkness is going to split you apart. From the author of the powerful and heartbreaking novel Girl in Pieces comes a story about an ordinary girl who loses everything in an instant and how she must learn to live all over again. Here is another book that I very, very much anticipated. I had this one pre-ordered as well. It's called Internment by Samira Ahmed. And somebody has to make a start, and it might as well be us. So this is really, really an awesome book. And Samira Ahmed fights against Islamophobia and complicit silence in a novel about a futuristic internment camp for readers of The Handmaid's Tale. Now, I have not read The Handmaid's Tale because that sounds so dark, but this, I am definitely reading this. Alright, I've got my last 5. This is another one with, the cover is not final yet, Blood Heir by Emily Wen Zhao. Alright. A princess with a deadly gift, a con man with no past, an empire spiraling into chaos. It's time to choose a side. Coming June 4th, 2019. Blood Heir explores the demonization of the other and this existence of not belonging. Anna's journey examines how one can internalize hatred and fear, how that can warp one's core and turn it into something cool and twisted. So that, I don't have a lot of information on this one. It's pretty thick. It's fantasy, but I love fantasy, so I'm going to be reading it. Speaking of big books, this is another one that is massive called Courting Darkness by Robin LaFers. But it sounds awesome. Sibella has always been the darkest of Death's daughters, trained at the convent of St. Mortain to serve as his justice. But she has a new mission now. In a desperate bid to keep her 2 youngest sisters safe from the family that nearly destroyed them all, she agrees to accompany the Duchess to France, where they quickly find themselves surrounded by enemies. Their one ray of hope is Sibella's fellow novitiates, disguised and hidden deep in the French court years ago by the convent, provided Sibella can find them. So this sounds like a really full of court intrigue and suspicion, and you can't trust. Who can you trust? So that's really good. Alright, this one is called Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. It's Princess Ariella is a prisoner to her crown and the heir that nobody wants. Surrounded by spirits and banned from using her blood magic, Aurelia must flee her country after a devastating assassination attempt. Her only option for freedom lies with another warden, her betrothed, Prince Valentine. To escape her fate, Aurelia disguises herself as a commoner in a new land and discovers a happiness her crown has never allowed. As she forges new bonds and perfects her magic, she begins to fall for a man who is forbidden to rule beside her. So that sounds perfect for me. I'm looking forward to reading this one. Alright, this is called We Rule the Night by Claire Eliza Bartlett. This one is supposed to be out April 2019. It says, 2 girls use forbidden magic to fly and fight for their country and for themselves in this riveting debut that's part Shadow and Bone, part codename Verity. And if I'm not mistaken, this is... Oh, I'm very excited about this one because I'm pretty sure... Yes, debut author Claire's book is inspired by the women who flew for the Soviet Union's 588th Night Bomber Regiment during World War II. They too flew near indefensible planes on daring night missions, and like Revna and Lene, they struggled for respect and recognition. From there, We Rule the Night takes flight into a magical universe that's every bit as compelling and every bit as dangerous. So another femme fatale, awesome feminist. I love it. Alright, last book I got is called Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau Preto. And I traded for this one because I really wanted this one. I had a sister once. In a world ruled by fierce warrior queens, a grand empire was built upon the backs of phoenix riders, legendary heroes who soared through the sky on wings of fire until a war between 2 sisters ripped it all apart. So this book is about phoenix riders, and who doesn't want that? Alright, so I had a fantastic time at Yallfest, and I am so thankful that this event comes to my city, and I just couldn't be happier with my haul today. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Sorry about my terrible voice. Good night!